don't act like we don't got jobs and just be calling you like you hate at work doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. I was actually thinking,
motherfucker no shine.
I was thinking of someone. I was really thinking of someone.
I'm in a mix. I'm working and shit. This nigga, he don't got no sense of time or what's going on in the world or nothing. Just call me in the midst of working. I ain't want to say no names. I'm leave it at that. Whew. All right.
No, yo, air that shit out before you get into your whack ass hook. Your hook trash.
You crazy. That thing got some snap to it. That thing got some snap. So I'm at work working and shit. Guess who FaceTime me? I tell you all the time, yo, Rel, listen, dog. You can call me anytime. Just don't call me 11:30 to 1:30. 1:24. Boop, 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 boop. They got my phone sound, but fuck it. I look at my phone, guess who it is? Terrell Dash Morrell. Calling me like I ain't at work in the mix. Oh, man. I had to hit him with the Big Red from the 5 Heartbeats and shit like, my working hours all. might have to hang this nigga off the roof.
My office hours 9 to 5.
Right. That shit classic. All right, yo. This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 83. I am the Flush Man, also known as the Fat Boy, also known as the man who got no problem calling you broad and shit. I'm bringing it back. I'm the FBFG, the Fat Boy Fly Guy.
And I'm Rel, a.k.a. Iceberg Shorty, a.k.a. the King of Controversial Comments. I said what I said. I'm at where I'm at. I'm the one who fucking called him while he was at work. It is what it is. Holla at me if you want something. You know what I mean?
This your guy, Cool Mike, a.k.a. Dr. Mike, a.k.a. the People's Podiatrist, also known as your favorite foot doctor. They call me Saturday Night Mike, Crypto Cool, Dropship Shorty, and we be coming to you from the Prophetic Podcast. We are some brothers, and we be talking shit.
With your cool ass.
Yeah.
Oh, we, man. You already know what time it is. It's your boy Drew, a.k.a. the Charm God, a.k.a. Juice, a.k.a. the Big Beard Bully, the Big Beard Bandit, Mr. Butterscotch himself. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Smokey, the motherfucking bear. God damn, nigga. I mean, this whole country is fucked. Not talking like I'm from New York because it's cool.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
He getting right into it. He went right after a goddamn going pre. I was like, oh shit.
Yo, before we start, Cool might got the best intro. The way he's
your shit's the best,
man.
bro.
Let's start with the shit, man. This was supposed to be a big.
We're gonna start with it before
Man, we going into it, nigga.
Like this is my twist though. So I was sitting back here. I had to be like Thursday or Friday of last week, and I'm like, yo, this shit looking a little light. I'm looking at the list. I'm like, this shit looking a little light. Now the fact of the matter is, we never cover everything on the list. That never happens. But I'm looking at the list like, damn, this list got husky quick as hell. But we're gonna start with the shit. Juice. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's start with this Megan Thee Stallion / Drake / that's my man. Rock Nation /
Get right and kill it.
So what's
guys,
going on, man?
Before we get into it, man, you know, for those that don't know, you know, Juice, Charm God is a creative, an artist, a producer, engineer. I work at a studio where NBA YoungBoy records. As a matter of fact, my new microphone that we're taking to line this fall, he's been recording on it, recording new songs on his record. Great resume to have on this microphone. Sounds great. Plenty of friends in the industry around A&Rs, been around music, don't really want to drop names, you know what I'm saying? Not into that. So just kind of letting y'all know the shit I'm about to talk is real and I know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right. So I'm gonna dive into it. All right. So Megan Thee Stallion gets on her live and she begins to basically vent and complain about not being happy with her recording contract. If you guys remember some time ago, she was signing with Jay-Z, posed with Jay-Z, Rock Nation management deal. And like the next day you get Carl Crawford of 1501, who she signed to, gets and say, hey, nobody's gonna rob me, nobody's gonna take anything from me, and he's posing with Jay Prince, you know, who is the who's who in the motherfucking industry, okay? You know what I'm saying? He's been in boxing, he's been behind Floyd Mayweather, he's been, you know, he's rap a lot. For those that don't know, because I think people still forget and don't understand who this man is, you know, he found the rap a lot, you know, he's the reason why the Master P's of the world, you know, came around and got up on their thing, gave him a plan. That's why they're around, you know, the Slims of the world, Cash Money, all that. So this man roots run deep. So he's posing with them. He goes to Jay Prince because he feels that Jay Prince is going to be the man to help rectify any situation of somebody trying to take what is his. Obviously, seeing like he's talking about the Meg and the Stallion situation with him not knowing that she signed a management deal with Roc Nation. Now, Megan Thee Stallion is on 1501 and she's on 300. Okay, that's very important to note there.
With
300. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right.
But Leo Cohen is involved too, right? I think
Leo is at YouTube. He bounced and gave it to Kevin Live.
Well, Kevin
you know,
Live,
it's been like 6 people that's been running the music industry since we was 2 years old.
Right. So listen. So that's important to know because that is a industry situation trying to say they're an independent label. They're not an independent label. That is very much so a major situation. Okay. So as it stands, this is the scenario. I'm setting it all up so we can dive in. When you get to what this was a couple days ago, Megan gets on her live and basically says that, you know, she wanted to renegotiate her contract. She didn't know it was things in her contract. She signed it when she was 20 years old. She's 25, by the way. She signed it in 2017, important to note. But she said she signed it at 20 years old.
So her math is fucked up?
Well, it's pretty fucked up. And
no, her math is fucked up because you're saying,
her math. Because I'm gonna get into why her math is.
She was signed 5 years, and she.
No,
2017
listen,
don't add up. I'm just saying. All right.
That's not what happened, and the city know that. The city knows what happened. Okay, so anyway, so she says, but I love Megan. I'm saying everything with love. The thing is, she said her management pointed things out in her contract that she didn't understand. Okay, and I'm gonna dive into what she's talking about. All right, so any questions from there? Anything to throw it?
Snake shit, but we'll get into it. Yeah.
Okay.
Snake shit.
So here it is. Here's my theory. Here's my knowledge of what's going on and the type of deal she signed and why I don't think that it was snake at all. But we can still talk about that as well because that, well, you know, we can break it down.
Yeah.
The thing is this, okay? Most deals that artists are going to get when they're starting off, if they're not relatively known, you're going to get some type of 360. Even if you're a major artist, you're going to get some type of 360, okay? For those that don't understand what a 360 deal is, I'm going to kind of go into what the 360 deal is. The 360 deal is different from the traditional, meaning that, hey, back in the day, you know, what happens is you get a contract, you get an advance, you get a budget, they got to recoup, and then you, whatever your negotiation is from there is pretty much, you know, you recoup on those recordings, okay? Right. Now, typically the show money and the merch money was never for the record label. That was never really for the record label. When you saw
let's talk about why the 360 came about, right? Because you had the artists saying, okay, I'm gonna tie you into these record deals, and then the black people figured out there was not enough money in there, and we are the cool, so we're gonna start our own clothing lines and alcohol and ringtones and beepers and things like that. So Leo Cohen, culture vulture fucking ass,
he did start
the fucking 360 deal, which means that I'm gonna get a piece of you all the way around, right? It's kind of like that thing with taxes when we call it a refund, when the only thing it is an overpayment, but they call it a refund so they make you feel like you're getting something back. No, they're giving you your money back that you overpaid. It's not a refund, it's an overpayment. But they call it a refund because you niggas is silly.
Like they doing you a favor.
Right. Okay, so
but go ahead, Juice. Finish cooking.
I gotta so that's one way to look at it. But there's another way to look at it. Yep. Now, when you got a Jay-Z or somebody that's been established and they're signing the 360, I see that. They've built value. So them doing that would seem counterproductive. However, when you have an artist that's just coming up that doesn't have any money, doesn't have any capital, a 360, trust me, they're all signed to one right now. Right. A 360 a 360 can be beneficial depending on how it's negotiated. And I'm going to get into why Megan's situation is probably the best version I've ever heard of, and probably due to Carl Crawford not really having an idea of how to do things because he had to learn is how they got in. You know, it's not a bad situation, and I'll get into that. Okay, so 360 is the label will front the money, they will front the production costs, they will do all those things in return of a percentage of what you earn all the way around. That's very true because they put up the money first. Okay, you also have an option not to sign these deals. You have an option not to sign these deals. Correct. Most artists know that when they sign these type of deals, especially with someone that has a lot of money, this is what you're going to get. Now, here's what's in her deal. There's a 60-40 split. And I think that's incorrect because from other things I've seen, well, I think it's a 60-40 split on the return of her recordings, I guess, or her masters. If I'll get into this, there's a lot of fluff here. But she really got like either 40 or 50%. She still retains ownership and publishing rights. Here's why this is key, ladies and gentlemen, because no matter what, no matter when this stuff is licensed or put out, she's still going to get paid. So when you hear people talking about they don't own publishing, they don't have any fucking they do not own the rights to put that music out and get money off of it. She has a situation she's walking into this with good numbers, like 60-40 split, right? But they oh damn. Okay, hold on. But okay, shit, somebody was calling me. All right. But they do get, the pie all the way around. They get the pie all the way around. But even in that, it's like they're only getting 30%. So she's supposed to, this is alleged. I don't know what's in the actual deal. I have to look at it. This is what I've been reading up. They get like 30% of her shows or whatever it is, or all the income that she gets. It would be kind of fucked up if it was lopsided the other way, because usually you want the artist to get most of the show money. But even if it's like that, I mean, that's kind of fucked up, but that's just how it goes. Even still, she has a large percentage of the entire revenue when there was a time when artists were not even getting that much on record sales. Record sales never really gave the return that it took to go into them. It was the shows that always made the money. So although Lyor Cohen will get that, most labels were going to that anyway. Most people, no matter white or black, are signing those deals because the very nature of the record business changing. If you don't do it that way, you're not going to get much money. The label can't sustain itself. You have to understand, when a label has a recording studio, they've got to shop you, they've got to promote you, they've got to pay a street team, they have to get you a tour buses and things. People that are not in this shit, that do not see this shit, do not know how this shit works, will always have some type of ill feeling towards it or lean towards artists. But you got to understand, this ain't a nonprofit. You're not coming in this, nobody saw, your music isn't gonna change the world. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying it won't, but it's not about changing the world. It's about, does it make money? Does the market respond? It's a business. You are getting a loan. When they put up money, this dude put up like $1 million on Megan. Listen, that ain't recouped yet. You can't even really be talking about negotiation.
It ain't been recouped yet?
That's what I have an issue with, Juice.
Listen,
I'm gonna let you cook, bro. I'm gonna let you cook. Keep cooking.
Listen. Yeah. Just because you see, man, yo, this is smoke and mirrors. Just because you see a motherfucker got so many streams, you're not getting a lot of on that. They gotta recoup that shit through other places. Now, $1 million probably has been recouped, but I don't know how far in that has it been recouped, how much they've been paid, because remember, you're still paying when she's a scan on Spotify, when breaking, look, Coach K already told y'all at QC it take $200,000 to drive a hit. So she driving several hits. They doing this all independent. This is with, they got 300 as the
I thought it was major.
Well, it is major, but they're independent. Carl Crawford cannot go to iTunes right now, I don't think, himself, even with all the money he has, and get things lined up the way a distributor can.
He's not Universal. He's not Sony. Right?
Yeah, he's not Sony.
He's not Atlantic.
But we'll get into why that doesn't matter and why this is probably all a thing anyway. We're going to talk about market share, okay? But what I'm telling y'all is, if you do want to sign a deal today, the deal that she currently has, I don't know all of it. you know what I'm saying, we gave, okay, so this is what even Carl Crawford is saying. The reason why it was a 730 was because we gave up so much. We gave up part of her masters right now. We gave a 60-40 split. That's why we got so much on the side. We knew we did some stuff that people don't do. And so what he's talking about is, even though this is the kind of deal they have, they put a lot into her, and they probably have made some other deals with 300. I'm sure there's a side deal in there for them to make money. But I know that she still got a pretty good split as far as when it comes to a contract. Now, I want to get to her saying that she didn't know what was going on. Y'all got to understand the culture we have down here. We're very independent driven. Everybody's doing music. Everybody's talking music. Everybody's talking the business. Her mother was also her manager at the time. She did not sign a deal when she was 20. Megan was doing freestyles, and they were pretty dope. She was known around town. People knew who she was. I'm assuming she might have been at, I don't know where her followers were, but let's just say even if she was at 100,000 followers, y'all, she was not generating enough income over $10,000 a month because she took an advance of $10,000. Okay? Let me tell y'all what I've seen. I've seen with my own eyes. I've seen an artist hit the road and in a weekend make 30. Okay? So what I'm telling you is, if a label looks at you, this is where Carl Crawford actually did her a justice. A label is never going to give you the kind of deal she had based on what she was doing financially. She was not making any money. They advanced her 10, which is not a big advancement. You got dope boys coming in the motherfucking studio with 25 on their necks. Yeah. So you got to understand why the dope boys down here, or people that they wasn't taking that. Because nah, nigga, they understand I'm not taking that 10, but they didn't know the back end of the deal that she fucking got. Okay, so hold on. So I don't now, as far as the 40% paying engineers, whatever, we can get into the specifics of that. I don't know that enough to speak on that. I'm just talking about her splits. Her splits are actually better than average. She still retains ownership of the masters. She retains ownership of publishing. Even though a lot of publishing out here, even when people talking about ownership, people don't use. A lot of people don't own 100% of their fucking publishing. They saying they own it, but a lot of times that shit is you know,
chopped up. It's chopped up.
Chopped up. Now, yeah. Which is that cool? Oh, you muted. Oh, now, what is publishing? People need to understand what publishing is. Publishing is the right to put out music and promote it. So that means, you know, you have the right to get it licensed, promote it, put it out. You have publishing rights. Publishing, to have something published, you have the rights to do that. When you don't have the rights to do that, you can't put the music out. So let me say something else. The label cannot prevent you from putting out music in a situation like that because you have publishing rights. You can fucking put now I don't know what's in the deal beyond that. Maybe it's she has to get it signed off. Now, if she has to get it signed off, maybe that's an issue. They may not be signing. Look, it gets in detail. But as far as like, now that's dropping new music. But as far as like, let's say old music or music she might have recorded with them, she can release this music if she has publishing rights. Okay. So I don't think she had a bad deal. I think and then I also have a little background information as far as that Carl Crawford's already made apparent. T. Ferris is a guy in the city, you know, industry guy, you know, groomed to do what he did, you know, make money and grow a label. He played the middleman. Carl Crawford did not talk to Megan throughout any of this. So her going to Jay-Z, her going to Roc Nation, them being involved in this process was unbeknownst to Carl Crawford. Like, this is basically, he didn't know this was happening or going down. And so his claim was, when this happened, 300 and Roc Nation teamed up and basically tried to get him out the vehicle and take Megan away. And I have to say, I believe that.
All right, let me ask you this. I'm your man. We go back a long ways. I come to you and say, yo, Juice. Matter of fact, you my producer. You made all my beats for my shit. So me and you like a team. You know what I'm saying? I come to you. I say, Juice, look, this is what they talking about right here. This deal Carl Crawford talking about. what you think I should do? With all the information you have, would you tell me to take that deal?
So this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to look at where your career is at, and then we're going to talk about exactly what you're getting into. There's a time to take a deal. There's a time to not take a deal. In this sense, if you're an artist that is already grossing $10K a month or above residual income, like if you're literally, even if you were doing $5K a month residual income on this, I would not take a $10,000 advance, and I wouldn't take a 360 at this point, because what you have to understand is some artists, even at that level, are broke. A lot of these motherfuckers are broke, you know what I'm saying, for all kind of reasons, all kind of little shit that's in the contract or whatever. And it would all be depending on what they're offering. If they 10,000 advance you, or you're going into a partnership, it gets real hazy. So I would tell you, if you're doing $5K a month or making money, no. If you're an artist that doesn't have any money, you don't have any capital, looking at your age, looking at where you're trying to go, and they're offering 10,000, 60-40 split, we're going to look at this. I'm going to tell you that the splits are good. I'm going to tell you that the advance is low, but I think on the back end, they're going to pay you. You do need to have moments in there where you can renegotiate. You want to make sure that your show money, you want some. First off, I'm going to advise you to get a lawyer. So let me get this straight. Before we go any further, I'm going to explain the difference between the two, but I'm going to tell you to go get a lawyer to overlook the contract, because the lawyers that's writing his contract are looking out for him. So I'm going to tell you to go get a lawyer, but I'm going to advise you, depending on, like, if I was Megan, yes, I would have advised her to sign that contract. I would have told her to sign that contract. However, we would have had a lawyer. We would have looked at the parts we wanted to change, and we would have changed them. If they would not have been changed, I would have, told her to stay independent and keep doing what she's doing and figure it out, because some people do that. I know independent artists that are making, you guys probably haven't heard of Larry June, but Larry June is, probably making $40,000, $50,000 a month. So it happens, but for a female artist, to break a female artist, it takes so much. You got to look at her age. She's 25. I'm talking the talk, because this is the talk. Like, this is the talk that's being talked in this business. Like, she's 25, how much shelf life does she have? We have to look at all that. So for her, it was a move she should have made. And honestly, he put a big budget up on someone that is improving. Like, you pretty much put $1 million on someone like that you had a vision for. So this don't happen like, bro, nobody's getting $1 million, but like, that's Drake money. Drake is getting $1 million in budget, bro. They're gonna give you a label's gonna say, hey, we're probably, I don't know, 100,000, 200,000, maybe 300, and they're gonna see how that works. That, like I say, 200,000 to break a record. They're gonna see how they work. So not only did he see the momentum, he pushed more money. He saw where it was going. So this is real hazy to me. I would, in her situation, I'd say sign it.
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna let you. Let me get, first off, I want to ask, and I want to answer. As Rock Nation, me being your management, aren't they doing what they're supposed to do? Secondly, to me, you said street team and all that. That stuff, does that stuff even happen anymore? Megan is Megan because of Megan. Megan is Megan because of Megan. For real. Bro, whoa, listen, bro. Listen. How I started hearing about Megan is her little sexy shit, the shit she was doing herself. Right now, Megan is popping because of, listen, I see a video the other day, her on the board lap with the great, she doing a lot of shit, driving a boat, hot girl summer,
that
schoolgirl falls.
That costs money, bro. Listen. When did you hear about Megan? What year did you hear about Megan?
I would say last year.
2018.
Okay.
You heard the song Big Old Freak, right? Big Old Freak that you heard?
Probably before that, Blue.
They picked the song. They put the money up. It's a good song. It's a real hit. And they ran it up.
But talk though, bro. Real talk. It wasn't even that for me, because it was like whatever she was posting, whatever she was doing was coming up even before Big Old Freak popped to me.
What was it coming up?
It was like Instagram. Yo, you see Megan Thee Stallion?
Listen, bro,
Shorty?
It take money. Listen. You have to pay. Okay, so we could talk digital marketing. You have to pay influencers. You can pay and promote and build your algorithms, and you get in front of people's faces. That shit costs money. That's not free. You seeing her, it seems organic, bro. It's not organic.
It was on purpose.
It's on purpose because somebody got behind her, got her the money, got her the stuff, got her looking good. She can't keep that up. She wasn't even grossing $10,000 residual income because she took the advance. She wasn't making money. Nobody making money in the dog. Nobody that's making money is gonna take a $10,000 advance. And for that social media, dog, you work it. You pay influence. They share. Once the algorithms, once Instagram says, hey, there's traction over here, it's going to send people your way because now we talking monetization. Now we talk. It's deep, bro. This shit deeper than what you would imagine. It's not just organic. So in that sense, what I'm saying is they saw her. Now, granted, when she said she was Megan before them, what she's saying is she had a substantial following, which is how he found her. Malaya Michelle shared her. So that is true. You know, there's probably a substantial fan base she had. But
Malaya?
Yeah, she shared her. He saw it. He saw her share her, and he approached her. So he approached her like at the time when you just getting city buzz. To go from city buzz to Super Bowl commercial in a year and a half? No.
Is cousin Crawford?
Hell fucking yes. Nigga, yes.
What about Kevin Lyles?
Bro, listen.
Kevin Lyles was on tour with her, but she was doing a radio run.
But that nigga
it wasn't Crawford sitting next to her.
But they're listen, bro. He is putting the money up to get everything in this shit costs fucking money.
Right.
The reason why this is an issue is because he got, listen, dog, if he was what we're thinking saying he is, he wouldn't have no skin in the game. He's got skin in it. That's why she's trying to get out the deal and trying to countersue for $1 million.
I hear what you're saying. Juice. And go ahead, Cool.
I said I heard Crawford.
You low, Cool.
You low, Cool. We can't hear you.
Go ahead, bro.
So here's my twist, right? And I'll use Drake, I'll use Nicki as the perfect example, right? Jazz had Drake, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did Drake outgrow Jazz? Yes or no? From just on the surface. Or on the surface.
Let your shit go.
I can't answer without explaining that he was never gonna sign with Jazz.
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Management. Like management?
I don't give a shit, whatever. Management, record deal, whatever, right?
Yeah, right, yes.
Did he outgrow Jazz?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Next question. Did Drake outgrow Wayne?
Yes.
Right, okay. So, next question. Did Drake outgrow Cash Money?
No.
Yes.
God damn it, Juice, for real?
No.
No.
You see, listen, real.
Drake is the biggest artist in the world, and Cash Money is not the biggest label in the world.
Listen.
Cash Money dead.
Listen what I'm saying to you.
They're not. Listen, they have the deal that they had with Universal is unprecedented. So listen to what I'm saying.
I got what you're saying. They got so much money from Universal, and it was a blank check because you had three of the biggest artists in the world, the algorithms, the SEOs.
What is Drake today? He's a boss.
Right.
So when you outgrow that, so what I'm saying is he didn't outgrow them. He just became a boss. He's a boss.
And he outgrew them, bro.
What I'm saying to you is when he was on Bedrock, he wasn't a bigger artist than Lil Wayne, and he wasn't bigger.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go with this.
I'm
gonna let you. Yes. Okay,
so he wasn't bigger than that, right? But today in 2020, there's not an artist bigger than, right?
Right.
Now, you don't even think of Cash Money when you think of Drake now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I
he's
agree.
Outgrown any label to the point to where he can be signed as an artist. He has to go in where they move.
Correct. But that's what I'm saying, right? So then I'll take it to the Nicki thing. She outgrew Fendi. She outgrew Deb. She outgrew fucking Wayne. She outgrew Cash Money, right? Meg's trajectory was that of such. And then I'll ask you this: did she outgrow 1501?
Listen,
I'm asking
the people that you name okay, so let me go back. When I was
Casual
saying
fans don't
Hold
know
on.
who 1501 is.
Hey, listen,
Juice,
let me explain.
before you explain, though, Juice,
go ahead.
go back to, because I remember how hype you was about her. Like, she's about to be the next greatest thing in the world.
I know I said it.
Okay.
I said she gonna be huge. Now listen. Now I want you. We gotta understand we're dealing with a different industry. And so the rules have changed, and that's why we're dealing with this right now. We're talking about market share. And let me go back. Okay, when I said he didn't necessarily outgrow Cash Money, this is what I meant. Cash Money still has the reach, pull, and resources to do anything that he wants to do, like anybody
Right
else
now?
could do.
Right
yes,
now?
they have the resources.
That's not a Cash Money resource. That's a universal resource.
But what I'm saying, okay, and we're gonna get into that. What I'm saying is, even if he wanted to still do it with film as Wayne did, he could use that. However, Drake is a brilliant man. He's smart. He's well-rounded enough to know that in outgrowing the situation, he not gonna do that deal. He's gonna go try to get that direct situation that they got. That's fair to say that in that case. But as far as when we're comparing 1501 to Cash Money, that's where we're going. We're trying to say that 1501 isn't Cash Money. And you're right. 1501 isn't even Cash Money. They aren't Rap-A-Lot. However, in today's market, they have the resource. And you got to understand, there are no more $50,000 videos. There are no more $1,000,000,000 ad campaigns.
Right, I got you.
Everything is social media leverage.
A
man that has $300 to $400 million is just like his fucking pocket, like Cash Money in the 90s.
That's peanuts compared to 300 in Rock Nation. That is nothing compared to the engine that has J. Cole, that has Rihanna, that has Jay-Z, who has Puma, who has his wife Beyonce, who has an Adidas deal.
Listen, do you ever think that you're gonna listen? I'm gonna say something else. Do you ever think you're gonna see an independent Beyonce?
No.
Now let's talk. And we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Absolutely
You're never gonna see an independent Beyonce.
Never.
You're never gonna see an independent Drake. Do you know why? Because they're on some type of 360, bro. There is some type of deal where the label is saying you're not going anywhere. You feed this entire fucking camp.
Right, you keep the lights on. You keep the lights on. Yeah. Juice, I get that. So I totally
Megan
understand
is gonna
that.
do it with someone. You're either gonna do it with someone that's gonna give you the better deal, or you're gonna go somewhere where they're gonna really make you a slave.
But hold on,
if I had to choose between Jay-Z and Cole Crawford today, why wouldn't I?
You wouldn't.
Why wouldn't
that Jay-Z deal's gonna be screwy. No, just because he's Jay-Z, we love him as a rapper.
But that's my point.
He's not a great artist, fucking business guy. He's gonna run it like he's doing shit like the industry, bro. Listen,
Juice.
Jay-Z is gonna do shit like the industry, bro.
Everybody that signed to him right now, manage-wise, was in bad deals 10 years ago. And are happy in their situation. They're happy in their situations.
J. Cole, Rihanna. Okay, what else?
They happy in their situations. What if you've been in
doing what?
Locks, Jim Jones, the list can go on.
Fab Joe.
Megan is getting more money than them.
I agree.
She's a big fish.
Hold on, Juice. Did you not say earlier? Hold on. Did you not say earlier? The deal that he gave her came from inexperience.
Meaning that he gave her in that situation with the amount of money he put up, he gave her a pretty fucking good deal.
Right. So, but you said that the deal that he gave her came from a lack of experience.
Right.
He's never dealt with the artists of this
caliber,
stature.
Right.
Kevin Lyles are prepared for that.
This is not about y'all. This is not about ethics. This is not about making people feel good. Jay-Z wants the market share. You have to look at who
you want talk to me. Feel good. Talk to me. What you mean?
Listen, bro. You got Live Nation. You have 300. He's still an industry guy. We like Jay-Z. I'm telling you, he's still a part of the situation. It don't matter how that shit look. You finna be on that motherfucking 360. This is what the fuck is happening. It don't matter. You either gonna do it up now. The fact that she's doing it through 1501 means it's independent of that bullshit. Which means if they keep driving up the numbers and they keep making motherfucking money, they can be in this shit doing this shit. The record label's finna be in Houston this summer, y'all. You know how many artists out here getting money and blowing up? This is about territory.
That's not the conversation I'm having. You're having a Homer conversation because I know how passionate you are about. You're not listening. You're not listening to what I'm saying, bro. I'm not debating if she got 360s or not. That's not what I'm debating.
I'm talking the game right now. Right. I ain't talking Homer shit. I'm just telling y'all what's happening with the contracts and what's going on.
Juice. I had to ask a question in our group chat. Was it the Cole Crawford from baseball? You understand that? So for me, the casual fan, you're not here. Juice, listen. Let me cook. That's me as the casual fan. I did not know. But when you compare Cole Crawford at 1501 to Jay-Z at Rock Nation, it's not the same, regardless of how many $1 million he had.
Well, we're not talking about Jay-Z and them signing her to a record label. They're managing her, so we're not even talking about that conversation.
I'm just saying.
But she's trying to get out of the record deal so she can sign with Rock Nation or sign with something with 300.
All right, but Juice.
Right, that's what she's doing.
A bigger engine. I agree.
Juice.
It's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same, and I agree with that too. But I want you to agree with me that Rock Nation.
In everybody's mind.
Agree with me that Rock Nation is a bigger engine than 1501. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But can I say this? Can I tell you something?
Yeah, for sure.
You've never seen. Listen, bro. I want y'all to understand. I'm not being a homer. I just so happened to. I saw something that was gonna be happening here. That's why I came back. I would have went anywhere this shit was going on.
Yeah.
I love the city, but I can only tell you what's happening through travels, back room, what's happening.
I believe everything you tell me, Juice. So that's never the question.
So I'm not. I'm not trying to be a homer. I'm just saying, like, I'm telling you, this is how they're looking at it. Hey, we want the market share. We want the hottest artists.
Right.
When you look at the top, it's not a lot of people that actually make money and generate money. There's only a few. That's why when you start talking about Spotify and iTunes, Apple's, and outside of purchases, streaming, they break it down from the bigger art. The bigger artists get paid, and then they have like a percentage of how they pay us. Okay. Mm-hmm. I have well over 100,000 streams, and nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just saying, like, the game is funny at the top. The top is what really feeds everybody, even at labels.
Right.
So you got a Megan. So what you do is when you have a Carl Crawford who does not need a bigger machine to have the same trajectory you speak. This is a different game. It's not the same game as it was before streaming.
Juice, I'm not talking about Carl. I understand what you're saying. I'm not talking about Carl. What I'm saying is that
you're right.
When you talk about music,
absolutely, everything you're saying is absolutely. What you're saying is absolutely correct.
The Meg The Stallion Puma collection.
Okay, this is what. Hey, look. Everything you're saying is absolutely correct. I'm telling you though, she got here before she signed. Look, Drake said it. Drake is talking about that. Mm-hmm. Okay,
put it out there.
Dog, Drake is talking about that.
You gotta tell me. Hold on, because I want to get that drink down, but. And we gonna have that because I didn't understand what y'all was saying.
I think it's a tussle. Hold on,
talk about that. But my thing is this though, right? Okay, if I'm an artist, right?
Right.
We're talking about Carl Crawford, who he has no other. Who else does he have besides her? So what I feel like, if you're how I look at it, right?
I believe he has a roster, Juice. That's not what
right. I'm okay, but I'm not saying
there's nobody on Meg The Stallion's level, right? So we've never seen anything as precedented than what Wayne and them did when you had Nicki Minaj and you had Drake. So then now there's a bunch of one pieces going on. That was the biggest move you had when you had the three biggest artists literally at the top of all the streaming shit, right? Or even when Jay-Z said the only dudes moving units is M, Pimp, Juice, and us. Right, so then you had that echelon, right? So the next thing you saw was three people on the same label eating, right? So yeah, you can have a bunch of people at 1501. Sounds fucking good, but who's bigger than me, right?
But it's my twist.
It's my twist, though. Female artists, it gets really tricky because there's a window this small when you go from Nicki to clearly you go to Cardi, and clearly from Cardi you go to motherfucking goddamn Meg.
And hold on.
Headed towards being like. You bigger than that.
I agree.
If you're Megan, you know that, right? How safe do you feel as an artist in a situation with people who haven't charted in these waters before, doing your business and your situation. You can hold on, Juice. So if I'm an artist, right, and I see, all right, we doing this thing, boy, we had to deal whatever. This shit is bigger. Megan is bigger than Carl Crawford is qualified for. Experienced.
Hold on, what?
The lack of experience. Never done this before,
But
right?
she ain't never done this before.
But what I'm saying is, bro,
and she don't know any.
Listen, I'm at a level.
Bro,
I'm at a level that you haven't. Juice. I'm at a level that you ain't been at. I'm at a situation where you don't know how to handle this shit. I'm even man enough to say, guess what? She's at a level that no artist besides hands on. What's your man name? Oh, hey boy, what's his name?
Carl Crawford.
No, the OG that everybody's scared of.
Jay Prince.
Jay Prince. Hands on. She might be bigger than any artist hands on because he's not. He distant with Drake and get the money, but I don't think he's hands on day to day with Drake. Am I correct?
He know the business though, bro.
But what I'm saying
That's
is he's never dealt with this kind of artist on a day to day basis.
Mm-hmm.
So we got, to me, maybe I'm wrong. Correct me. To me, you got Jay Prince and Carl Crawford who haven't been here before. So me as an artist, am I a little wary? Am I a little because I'm bigger than what we expected?
Did you miss the part where I said Jay Prince is the reason why No Limit and Cash Money exists?
I'm talking about on a day-to-day basis dealing with artists. Me putting you in. Listen.
Okay,
I wouldn't say that Jay Prince is not equipped to handle that. I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't. This is what I'm trying. This is what I'm trying to say.
On a day-to-day basis.
He could do.
Rap a lot.
He's not doing it.
Rap a lot. Yeah.
Okay, but like dog, it's been as big.
Dog, listen. They were big.
What?
And this. But you talking about a different.
Okay.
About the '90s, bro.
Okay. You're talking about a pop star.
We about to get kicked off.
No. Juice, you were the main one saying that it's different now than then. So my experience in the 1991, 1992, 1993 ain't the same as 2020.
But I'm trying to. Y'all don't have to agree with me, and this is not a matter of opinion. I'm just really explaining how the business works, and I'm trying my best to talk more fact and saying that. In today's game, I'm an artist and I have $50,000. I could literally be in the game, going to a situation to where I can be negotiating deals. Megan was not at that stage. He signed her, took her to this level, and guess what they found out? They found out, hey, we're in the room. What the fuck? We can actually be here without a major. And guess what? That's a problem.
Right.
Because if he's setting the precedent that you can be there with, bro.
They would have made you though, bro.
No. Keep talking. No.
This girl. Listen to where the music industry is going, y'all. This girl was on the Super Bowl commercial with an independent nigga behind her.
Some regular ass baseball ass nigga.
A baseball player. What this is saying is, hey,
anybody can do it.
Wait a minute.
Anybody can do it. We really are cool.
No.
Wait a minute.
No.
Listen.
The Super Bowl that happened a month ago, Juice?
Listen.
300 was involved, and so was Rock Nation.
But listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you.
I hear what you're saying.
Even to get her to that point, to where they could be setting her up to do that, and she still be on a fucking label. Now, 1501 gets that access too, bro, because they can get another. All you got to do is show them that you can make money, baby.
Right.
You get another artist, you get another. There'll be another, but this time
there is no more grassroots label because somebody is going to snatch you up because you become the
agent.
That's
the problem. That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying 1501 was irrelevant, and I'm not taking anything from Carl Crawford
because
at all.
Listen, all it's going to take is enough revenue y'all know about Chance the Rapper. Like, listen, it's all around.
No. Juice, you shout out the Super Bowl, right? So without Rock Nation, without 300, 1,500 by itself, you've been on the Super Bowl.
What I'm saying, listen.
I think the point is, Big Old Freak happened before those labels. So
hold on. So cool.
So wait. Carl Crawford is saying. It basically is like if we could do that, we could do that. You see what I'm saying? If we could do that at this level, we could continue to do that. While the business says we need our tentacles in whatever gonna have a catalog, especially this Houston scene, and we want it early. That's what I'm hearing.
Hey, cool. Big old freak don't get you to the Super Bowl though.
But Big old freak get you, Big old freak get you at the Cardi B. Big old freak, wait, Big old freak get you the girl market after Cardi B with fucking Carl Crawford. I don't even know what he looked like.
Listen,
they wanted Megan. Jay-Z wanted Megan. Listen, to get
you said Super Bowl.
Yes.
Coach
I'm still saying that.
Coach P out of his mouth said, I DM'd her and she ain't messaged me back. I wanted to sign her off of her freestyle. So people knew who she was on some level. So people wanted their tentacles in that situation, is what I would believe.
Only thing I said was, because you said, you spoke the Super Bowl. You said,
yes,
she's on the Super Bowl commercial.
Yes, he's the reason. Let me tell you something.
Who's the reason?
Let me tell you. Carl Crawford is the reason that anybody like Jay-Z wanted to fucking sign her and get her to where she was at. Yes, they're taking her to bigger levels, but he got her there.
Right,
bro. That's not what
some people only take you to a certain point.
Let me break it down. Let me break it down in a more simple. Let me break it down in a more simple form.
Everybody can't go, yo.
If I'm sitting outside and I'm playing flag football with my boys, and then an XFL scout comes grab me, right? Listen what I'm saying to you. I'm playing flag football for free, right? I'm getting love. Scouts come out there and get me. I go to the XFL. I sign a fucking contract in the XFL, and I got there and blow it up, and I get 4,000 fucking yards and 50 touchdowns. If the NFL comes calling, which is a bigger engine than flag football in the XFL, guess where I'm gonna go play for? Fucking Jerry Jones.
Okay.
Not saying the DC Defenders don't have the same amount of money, or not saying that they all broke. That's not the question. But the question is, when the bigger engine calls, we go. And it doesn't matter if it's the
Hey, what if this happens? What if this happens?
Everybody can't go.
But what if this happens?
That's not what we're debating. If everybody can't go.
No. What if this happens?
Yeah.
What if CBS says, hey, we had an epiphany. After looking at the numbers, we saw your ratings are higher and your market share is elevated. We're going to give you this kind of deal where you'll be making this much more money and you'll be doing this kind of shit over here. Now we're making a fucking either a business decision or a popularity decision. And so this is what I'm trying to say.
Correct.
If everybody's
popularity
about
turns into better business.
Look. If everybody's talking about black business and black ownership, couldn't Jay-Z just remain to be the management? She keep the deal she's going to get anyway and keep funneling money over to 1501 so they can break more artists?
Why do you think he's trying to take her? Why do you think he's trying to sign her?
Because he's trying to get out of the deal.
Because he is.
He's saying, I mean, correct me if I'm
wrong.
And
that's what I meant from the homer's perspective, Juice. 1501 is going to be, their biggest artist ever will be Meg The Stallion. That's it.
No. And they'll still get opportunities.
When
we talk about the casual fan, you're about to tell me a bunch of people that are over there right now, right? And you could, very well. And I'm going to say I don't know fucking none of them, right?
Because it's an age thing. It's a guy named Jeremy Gasgang. Come to the studio, shoot whatever. He signed. Listen,
bro, I
he's
love
fucking
it.
with Lil Baby.
I love it.
I know.
I love it.
But what I'm saying is, it's a wave coming of artists everywhere. I mean, even Georgia, like everywhere. Detroit has it. Like Detroit has.
I remember hearing about Lil Boosie before he was Boosie, because I can understand.
I was in the club with Juvenile in San Antonio, Texas, before he was Juvenile, and got daggone November of 1998. I get it. That's not what I'm saying.
But it's been, and for those couple stories, there's been a bunch of other guys.
The game is
we've
different.
Heard about locally.
The game is different.
They already making money.
It doesn't take. Listen, Juvenile wasn't making no motherfucking $40,000-$50,000
compared to these dudes, right?
Maybe
these dudes is torn
because these niggas.
The money different.
Listen, I didn't been on the road with my homie, and the nigga didn't got $8,000 a show. Like, this shit different, bro. This shit stacked differently. You got these niggas up here with the goddamn stacks on their shoulder, so it's different. So which means when the game elevates, everything changes.
I know the festival game is there, right?
So do you know what Lil Jeremy saying? Do you know what Lil Baby like they saying? Like, fuck that shit. We don't gotta do with it. That's why they got industry plants. Their industry plants are actually copying the shit that they're doing on the independent level. So what I'm just trying to say is this. If all this shit was so fair, if all this shit was so upstanding, there would be no reason for her management company to even try to talk her out of that. They would say, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And we want to see other fucking black men grow in business. And I'm telling you right now, Carl Crawford's seen, oh, shit. Whoa, this works. Now, imagine if he's at the table. Now, iTunes and Apple and them is like, well, damn, you do so much. Why don't we just fuck with you? Like, because you can do that. Like, you can start going to these places.
That's never going to happen.
Hey, bro, what's your go-to shit?
I don't.
You made
who knows?
No, you made Hov make another Hov, right?
Yeah. Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So okay. Besides the Megan thing, let's see. Because if
I'm
y'all
not
got the
even talking
Jay-Z
and Carl Crawford.
No.
Y'all
Y'all
that,
got
right?
no. But I'm just saying. You know what?
I'm with you. Yeah.
If y'all got the recipe, you know what I'm saying? It should be.
But see,
if y'all made it.
Nah.
But here's the problem. Here's the
problem.
Here, let me jump in there. It's to me, it's fucked up because like now I'm hearing this perspective. It is signing natives out of the land contracts, if so to speak. It's saying we're gonna kick it like this, and then you know what? Fuck that. We about to change these rules because the rules need to be changed. So on some level, a 1501 never gets allowed to ascend to the fucking table because you cut the balls off before the album drop. Because whoever it is, want it. And I can see both sides. I definitely see both sides because I want a Meg Thee Stallion Puma. I mean, if I'm Meg Thee Stallion, I want an Adidas deal too. Like if you Meg Thee Stallion in her head, you get that, right? By the same token, like Carl Crawford got a legitimate beef. He got a legitimate situation. You trying to ice me out. Now the whole thing is, what is that worth? What's the compensation worth? What can we rectify this? You know what I'm saying? And I guess
that's what I was gonna ask. What's the answer? What's the solution?
Should get there.
Listen. This is how you rectify. For me, I want to make sure that the 60-40, whatever it is legitimate down the middle. You on a deal like that, there is a such thing as rookie contracts in the business, y'all. There's a such thing as the first contract you sign. She's got a really great rookie contract. You make money on that bitch. You find a way to boss up, get you some artists as well, and you follow the Drake. Drake had to work that shit off. You have to work.
Right.
Listen, bro, you're gonna work.
I'm not debating you. I'm asking you this: do she got a real great deal, or does she have a better deal compared to most?
I think she has a really good 360 deal, better than most. Now,
but we all know that 360 is like.
You got to pick what you want. Wale, now y'all know Wale was talking about this too. He say he want to be signed, but I say Wale, you can't fucking make no money on your own. Because if you was making money on your own, you wouldn't want to be signed.
Well, the whole twist is you don't want to put that leg work in.
To be signed too.
Right. They don't want to put that leg work in that it takes to go. Come home
because he can't listen. He don't got those artists don't
cost
need
money to have
support.
Assistants and
right. And that's what people
like
Wale went into that too. Wale said you gotta.
They need to highlight some virtual assistants.
I mean, but I wanna get into the Drake thing and why I think it's a power struggle at the top too. But I just
hold on, yeah.
Oh.
The whole twist is y'all saying that Drake was dissing Megan.
Oh, he wasn't dissing Megan. I think that he's privy to the information. He kind of see, hey, you do be doing some silly shit up there. By the way, I find this to be a perfect time for me to step up and kind of start putting this GOAT status out there.
I don't believe that.
I'm gonna do this shit in front of Marcy, and I'm gonna talk on the Megan shit. Come on, dog. That's not a coincidence.
Your OG made that call. Because honestly, let's keep it a beam. What's his name? I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say that, but what's his name? I can't think of it. Jay Prince has gotten Drake out of some shit. Cause that Pusha T shit, let's keep it a beam. He didn't have nothing else to come with. So what's the name? Squash that shit for him. I feel like he. Well, listen,
I think Drake would tear Pusha T ass the fuck
y'all
up.
made it clear. Hold on, y'all made it clear earlier. I'm just voicing my opinion. So I'm just saying. So. More than that, it's other situations that Jay Princeton been there for Drake. His presence has been very good for Drake, to say the least, right? Can we
with
say that?
Cash Money. He pushed up on Baby.
Right. So his presence it's helped Drake a lot in his career. So if there's an issue and you get that call from Jay Prince's Drake, do you not move regardless?
I don't think. Let me tell you something about the.
You think he just got the balls to jump out there for Jay Prince?
Hey man, listen. Let me tell you about the man. The man don't need nobody to speak. He gonna go speak and he gonna take care of that. I think Drake is saying to himself, "Hey nigga, you know what? I'm a goat now, and there's some fuck shit going on. I'm gonna take this opportunity to go ahead and hang my motherfucking nuts because I can right now."
If we talk about the bars,
so hold on. You go from squashing beef with Meek, squashing beef with Chris Brown. Now I'm going at the Hove.
I don't
what are you talking about? He been coming at Hove. And there's no beef with Hove lyrically.
Bruh. Hey, bro, let me jump in there.
So what are you saying?
Let me jump in there. I don't know. But when I looked at these videos, or the little release, and one is in Marcy, and the other one talk about some Chi-Town situation. I'm like, I'm just saying, am I seeing like a chess match or something? I don't know. Am I reading too much?
Why?
No,
what about Chicago? Oh, you talking about?
I'm just saying. He and Marcy on the love song, on a song cry beat. Are we playing? I mean, and he say how you get management after the hit. I'm just saying I don't know. He say something. We got to look up the bars or something. If we're gonna talk about it, we might want.
Hey, dog. He said you winning already. You ain't got the management. Yeah, you ain't got the management after the win. You ain't got the management after the win.
Yeah, that's
he telling you.
He in Marcy Project saying it though. Oh,
Say, nigga. Say, nigga.
I don't know.
If don't nobody understand that, we said it. We're saying it right here. I'm telling you that that's a shot. That he's throwing that out there, and he's privy to the information, like we kind of are, and saying, hey,
he might have beat her rent. He might have beat her rent with this bar.
Like, that's not surprising that Drake coming at Hove. It ain't the first time. This is not unprecedented, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? They come at each other all the time, yo. So that's not new information.
I don't think they really. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so this is why I say it's a power struggle, and I think things are gonna change. And we got to understand what's going on at the top. I don't think they really do have this great admiration for Drake because he's coming for their fucking spot. And not only is he doing that, he's coming in doing what he want to do. And see, he's connected. I think just to be at the top, just to be. Listen, it's market share. Just to be in the market, have say, be a boss, be able to get into the content. Yo, bro, to be able to control content, get it out. It's a lot of money in this media share. It's a lot of money in this media share, period. So to be up there to control it and how it gets out, it's a thing. So he's got a voice now, and he going hard. Like, dog, nigga making moves, bro. Like, he's that guy. Everybody's not gonna like that. Everybody's not gonna fuck with that. Plus, the Jay-Z's, all the way that they ran in the analog market is changing, bro. You finna see some new money. You finna see some new faces. And they gonna be black. You see the girl that made the... Oh, I talked about that last week. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this, right? You saying basically he coming for the top. To me, Hove not at the top. Hove not active in rap. He put a couple verses out, but we don't see a Hove. When was the last Hove?
Who's bigger?
What are you talking about? Hove.
Who's bigger than Hove in hip hop?
Right.
No. What I'm saying is, but Hove chilling though.
No, we're not talking about you dropping a 16 album. Hove is at the top. What are you talking about, bro?
Okay,
we talking about Entity, I think.
Okay, he's there, but he chilling though.
We talking about Entity.
So he not chilling, no, yo.
No, I'm saying we ain't talking about music. We talking about Entity.
But he coming at him on some music shit though, right?
Bro, I'm saying he coming at him. I'm saying he coming at him. I'm about to get a Billy in music. That's what I'm saying. He coming at him like.
He's coming at him on some Entity shit, but he's rapping about it.
Right.
So you want Hove to rap?
No, dog.
You don't need Hove to rap.
This ain't got
nothing to do with No, what I'm saying is, whatever Hove doing, Hove handling.
He gonna have to address it.
Hove not behind.
He gonna have to address it. He gonna find a way to address it.
Hove not behind the microphone rapping, right?
No.
Hove is handling business, doing things, chilling. So you want to come? Maybe y'all forget. Maybe the Hov I know. You don't want to bark up that tree, young fella.
Yeah,
what are you talking about, bro? There's 10 songs with Drake rapping about Hov. What are you talking about?
Hey, Drake, I'm going on record.
Are you
going on record
to hip hop?
When was listen? When was the last verse I heard from Hov? I don't know. Don't nobody I know that rap.
Hov don't want this battle, bro. I don't think Hov wants this battle. And I love Hov.
Listen, Hov will never.
What are you saying, yo?
What you mean? I don't think Drake want that smoke.
Yeah,
what are you fucking talking about? He's coming
he wants
home 10 times. What are you talking about?
Hov don't want it. You don't want it. Like, listen, you can lose
bro.
He don't want this.
God. Oh my God.
You're tripping.
Oh my God.
He don't want this motherfucking smoke from Drake. He don't want this dog. Did you hear what the nigga said in his project? Dog, he don't want that smoke with that nigga.
Now listen, that nigga got too many flaws in his shit.
No, he don't.
What flaws does he have? I'm so yes.
That Quentin Miller. Quentin Miller was his
bro. Y'all stay fried on that Quentin Miller shit. Like Tommy Hilfiger say he'll want niggas to wear their clothes. Fuck out of here.
How many minutes we at?
Listen,
don't talk that. I don't want to hear no whole shit from y'all niggas.
What are you talking about?
That Quentin Miller.
What I'm talking about,
bro?
That Quentin Miller.
What chinks? Go ahead, cool.
The Quentin Miller situation was like Rick Ross CO moment. Rick Ross put out dope music after it was realized he was CO, and none of that shit matters. Like Drake is Drake, and none of that shit matters. I don't think a thing could happen or come out with Drake where it's even like Hov got fodder to play with for real. Not only that, there's something to sparring, nigga. And Drake is actively in it. I am a whole fan. I don't even really like Drake for real. Like y'all do.
So how can y'all sleep? How can y'all sleep like
nobody's sleeping? I'm saying it's so much. It's so much that go just like comparing this song to the 90s to 2020. You better come with memes. You gotta come with it's a lot of shit involved in a rap battle these days. And Hov ain't got time for that shit.
Right,
what
I understand that. And listen,
and he will fall short.
You like bro just said he had. I'm not going to sit back here and just say, oh, Hov going to fight.
I just said it.
Hov's not going up to Hot 97 to drop a 16 about Drake.
Right.
That's what he means. He don't have time.
The whole twist is that's why
Drake don't even have his kid.
Drake moving like that because he think come. But the day Hov come, I wouldn't want Hov to come after me.
He's gonna let Hov come after him, and he's gonna put out another goddamn rap.
Listen to what this nigga says. I wanna go there.
There's nothing he can say.
Listen, dog. He say 33 mil. 33 mil I save for the rain. Okay, 500 weeks. I feel the trust with my pain. 500 mil and I fall back to the 6. Finally give you niggas the space you need to exist. Michael Jackson shit. But the palace is not for the kids. Still women saying it's childish the way that we live. Brought a few W's to the 6. Baby mama fluke, but I love her for who she is. Come on, dog. Listen. Baby Wayne and Tez responsible. Listen, Baby Wayne and Tez responsible for this shit. Half the time I question my conscience in this shit. Other times I question if it's compliment. Listen, he said I question if the compliments are legit. Listen, full time I'm out here confident as a bitch. Trying to make good on the promise that I give. Trying to make sure accomplices are legit. Register the business in my brother's name. 3,500 in pocket. They should have covered things.
It don't matter. Listen, it don't matter how hype you is.
He's talking, okay. Dog. This nigga talking.
He talking. Listen, man, y'all don't know the Hov I know, man. I don't know what y'all niggas talking about.
What are you talking about, yo?
All
right, solid.
The Hov you know ain't have no afro. That's how
listen, have you?
Listen,
that verse
how you getting hype off one hit? Do that shit again. How you got a manager you met after you got the win, but you got some niggas that'll love you. You got some niggas that'll love you to the bitter end. Bet you got somebody that's smarter than your other friends. Give them a percentage. See what happens to your blessings then. Come on, dog.
You coming that abroad?
What?
He not coming. He not cut. It ain't even really
listen,
no.
I don't
like
listen.
that.
Like you can read.
Hey, listen. This how I know it's Megan. This how I know it's
okay.
Megan. This what he said. You just need to stay close to your people. that was there when others there could have been. Dog. Then when others should have been. Got a nigga got a nigga standing at the game like, damn, coach, put him in. Dog, listen. He talking about that shit.
It's okay, bro. It's okay. It ain't the
No, we breaking some news on us. We breaking some news on the podcast.
No, you like, listen, like.
Hov can't listen. I'm a Hov fan. I'm a Hov fan. What? He can't see them Drake bars right now. He can't see them. He can't see him. He not even in the mode because he's not in that mode. He's not in that mode. What he gonna say, dog?
That's how I mean it. I mean it like he not in that mode. I mean it like
not in that mode.
They was talking about the boy Lamar Jackson versus the boy Joe Flacco, right? And that seemed laughable today. That seemed laughable today.
Are we comparing?
Listen to me. Hear me out. Hear me out. That seemed laughable.
Every week, I'm gonna start posting the goofy shit y'all be saying on a weekly basis.
Come on, yo.
It's gonna be the goofy shit of Brothers Talking Shit podcast. Well, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Hear me out. A year ago, they was comparing Flacco to Lamar Jackson. Flacco started the season, right? And then they were saying, what's the difference? The difference is, in general, Flacco, you was comparing a dude that had 4 kids and a wife and married compared to a 22-year-old dude with no kids. I'm saying, when I say the difference between Hov and what's his name, that's a generation. I'm saying Drake is in the moment and ain't even know he don't keep his kids as long as none of us do. That's a difference. That's a big fucking deal compared to somebody that's running the label, running the stream, running the this, and doing all of that. And that do rap one every now and then, even if you hold.
I believe he got something in the chamber waiting for little nigga. And Drake better chill. He better go and relax. Enjoy.
Hey, you're seeing the changing of the guard, dog.
He ain't gotta
Niggas
relax.
don't give a fuck. Niggas don't care. The market's changing, and nobody gives a fuck. And Drake he's gonna win.
Trump is the president.
Who's gonna win?
Drake gonna win that. He's already won. He's already won.
Disrespect, man.
Even by saying the shit
Drake
like,
go down as the GOAT?
I think he's going down as the motherfucking ghost.
I said he going down. Okay, not you, Juice. That was a question.
Hold on. What makes him the GOAT?
I asked you the question. I said, do you think? That's all I asked, bro.
When I think of it, he got some shit. Don't get me wrong. I think he's definitely a talented guy. But if you,
it was alright. It was alright.
Listen. No, when you throw the number, because I got this shit written down right here. I had the whole Drake GOAT shit sitting right here. Anyway, in the cut. And what we go to is, okay, for the last 10 years, he's been on the charts for 532 weeks, right? But how many of them just is R&B joints? You know what I mean? So do that play a part in the whole situation?
No.
No?
No.
I say it does. That's what I'm saying. Entity. We ain't talking about barred up. I'm saying entity.
Nigga, his bars.
Jordan.
They might call it Drake
These niggas, my brothers, but these niggas is sitting here talking about if Hov decide to jump in the booth, he don't want it with Drake. You riding with that shit?
Not right now.
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
No, that's what they saying.
You're not hearing
Jordan is agreeing. Jordan is agreeing.
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Not right now. He wouldn't do that.
I love this podcast. If y'all said to me, Terrell, we need to do this 5 days a week, you know what I'm going to say? I don't have fucking time.
That's what Hov did.
We're not asking Hov to drop every week.
You're missing it. It's going over your head. You're missing it.
What you're saying is if he's too busy to. That's what you're saying. He got a lot going on. He's still fucking Hov. Like, you don't got to.
No, you can't just come out you can't come out of
right. You're gonna tear hamstring.
By the way,
Michael Jordan.
Listen. Another Easter egg for y'all. Another Easter egg.
This is the first
June the Genius. June the Genius produced the track. Shout out to June the Genius because he comes to Fresh Sonic Studio all the fucking time and be producing. That's another little gem. So not only do Drake come at this nigga a little bit, he uses a Houstonian like June the Genius who be at fucking Fresh Sonic Studio all the fucking time. I'm so excited.
We can't even count. Know what, yo? I get tired of this shit. First of all, everything with Juice is Houston shit, and he riding, and y'all let that shit slide.
This is happening in real time.
Right, I'm tired of that shit.
I'm at the epicenter of this shit, bro.
Y'all got the nerve. Hold on. Somebody who Jay-Z, you try to compare Jay-Z to an athlete. An athlete uses his body. So Brett Favre, of course, is Brett Favre, but of course Brett Favre can't come in the league physically and be Brett Favre. The difference with a rapper and
yeah, but you still gotta stay sharp, though.
You
still
can't
gotta stay
possibly
sharp.
think that you're as good now at rapping as you was 15 years ago. You make it seem like I say, come on,
I won't let myself say
right now.
I won't let myself say.
Then you're now proving my point. You're now proving my point.
What I'm saying is
now proving my point. Thank you.
If listen, if I'm Jay-Z, hold on. But listen, the difference is if I felt like, you know what? He's saying little shit.
You just said you wouldn't let yourself see. You just said that. Those are your words, not mine.
Jay-Z gonna not let himself see.
But listen, if I felt like saying little shit, artist, on top of your shit. If you hear a motherfucker saying shit, that's the one thing about it, though, bro. The one thing about it is you even if he not listening, you don't think the motherfuckers around him, yo.
No, Jay is always listening.
No.
Listen. He the same guy
sitting in the back with his legs crossed.
Listen, he the same guy who got Nas when Nas was away. So you think when Nas wasn't?
Yo, why are you talking about 20 years ago? You're talking about 20 years ago.
You're underestimating the genius of him.
No, I'm not. No, that's not what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is he don't have time.
Right.
You're not the same person you was 15 years ago when you was rapping.
With certain shit, you gonna make time for.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
That ain't one of them.
Jay-Z is my GOAT.
No. So hold on,
can't even make money off of that.
Fuck all that. Y'all somebody can say he not. So if he did,
it wouldn't be better than Drake.
Fuck all that. What he got time for and all that goofy shit y'all talking about. Fuck all that.
I got Drake getting the win.
I'm done. I don't even want to talk rap with y'all niggas.
Drake is an active artist and Hov is not. What are you talking about?
Hov is still fucking.
That's not what I said to you. That's not what I said.
That nigga said.
Let's talk about something else. I'm done.
My nigga said 500 weeks.
Y'all want to keep talking?
Go ahead.
I'm done talking to y'all niggas.
500 million. I fall back to the 6. Finally gave you niggas space you need. Like,
stop repeating that goofy shit. Stop repeating that goofy shit. It's all right. That shit goofy, Juice. Come on.
It's not.
Pull out some hope. Like, come on,
It's really dope. It's really dope.
Nah, that joint barred up. You tripping. That verse barred up. You tripping.
That shit all right.
And that nigga talking about Megan. So look. All I want to end it like this.
That nigga
at the
talking
top,
about
what y'all got to understand is this. At the top,
that's what we pushing. The greatest rapper in the world. Who y'all call? He's gonna be the greatest of all time. That bars ain't even shit. What you gonna do with him?
Oh,
but Pusha. But guess what? Jadakiss shit dropping next week, and Pusha got a fresh verse on there for him, and he ain't saying shit to him. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Nobody's checking for the Jadakiss record but us.
Come on, man. I'm saying this. That nigga coming for you. You got a nigga point blank period coming for you.
Pusha T lost. Did you? Okay. Y'all want to go there? Did you see the nigga that said that 90% of the clip shit, 90% of clip shit was about him? Did y'all see that?
Yo. I'm done, yo.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that?
I'm done, bitch. So we going off what every nigga say?
No, this is a nigga that was NBA that was pushing weight that they fucked with.
And they paid his lawyer, so he definitely legit.
He legit. He said 90%.
Emory Jones.
You're moving the what's your
No, I'm not moving the goalpost.
Yes, you are.
I'm telling you how Drake is. Drake is Jay-Z. Drake is Jay-Z.
What did I say? What did I just say? I said.
Drake, that nigga told you that them niggas what that nigga say you rode a couple chops, now you El Chapo. He said that already.
Let's talk about something else, man. What else you want to talk about? What else you got to talk about, dog?
Hey,
y'all niggas is hype. Oh my God.
Pusha T lost.
This shit right here, believe you me, I'm posting this shit as soon as it drops.
Well, you supposed to.
No. This one right here. Y'all niggas done lost y'all fucking mix.
Hey, this is what I want to say. To the
novice Canadian
listener, to the novice listener, the record industry is a business. And at the end of the day, record deals will get made. Sometimes they matter, sometimes you need them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want to be independent.
So the coronavirus.
Who's better than Drake?
The coronavirus.
Who's better than Drake?
That was the question.
Who's better than Drake as far as what? Making a song? Are we talking about making a song or are we talking about the smoke?
Any of it.
I listen to songs.
All right, then you talking about making a song.
What's monetized? What makes money?
Yeah, that nigga don't want that smoke though.
What makes money?
Go ahead, make your money.
The song's cool.
It's a lot of niggas. It's a lot of niggas.
My thing is.
So hold on. He the best nigga. If you get in the verse, you get a 16. You get a 16 nigga random. He the best nigga doing it.
No, but he might own part of
He don't
it.
Listen.
All said and done. That's what I'm talking about.
He don't even want the voice smoke.
It's a 6. Neve, it's probably a 6'6" dude out there, the same age as Michael Jordan, was better than Michael Jordan, but he ain't Michael Jordan.
No doubt.
It don't matter if you ain't do it.
But guess what? Talk about the best. You don't say, yo, Michael Jordan, 60 years old now, so he's not the greatest no more. Nah, you don't say that.
You would say Michael Jordan wasn't the greatest.
I'd say that too, but I'm just saying, most of the motherfuckers don't say shit.
LeBron, like one of the greatest basketball players I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right. But I'm just saying,
the only thing LeBron hasn't passed Mike in is rings. Other than that, he got him.
Let's talk, because y'all niggas, I'm not feeling y'all niggas right now. Let's talk the Corona people. No, I'm dead shit. Like, I'm not fucking with none of y'all.
Why the fuck are you talking about Corona? You think you're going to say
coronavirus, whatever?
No, that's a
deflator.
Yeah, this is something else. I'm not even in that mood.
All right, so what you want to talk about?
We want to talk about this.
Right.
I'm talking about this shit, because this shit is real.
Is Carl Crawford a Hall of Famer? Let's talk about that. Is Carl Crawford?
He's a 5-time All-Star, and he got 140-something million from fucking Boston.
Hey, guess what? My dick is a 5-time All-Star.
Carl Crawford?
Right.
Hey, listen, my cup empty, so fuck it.
See, Nick, you gonna make me have to fire. Hey, for that one, I'm gonna have to fire up the weed, boys.
Y'all get on my nerve, yo. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I want y'all to know, right? I really think this is who TV is on.
Jordan.
The fuck is you? Hold on. You late. King noodles. First, another thing I want to say, world, I believe, and I don't know if this is true, but I believe if we went to Terrell Morrell's home, into this office that he's in, he has a piece of paper that he uses every week, and it has a list of things that he says to get underneath my skin to make this podcast more interesting.
Yo, I truly believe that. Your best friend.
That nigga say, hey, I'm gonna say that shit. That shit gonna get hard.
No. He got key words.
Who I care about more than you. I don't need a list.
Listen.
Okay, how about this though?
Hold on, real quick. Perfect example, right? Last week we was talking about Jared Carmichael, right? Yeah, Jared Carmichael. We was talking about Jared Carmichael. He slips in. We was talking about how he had a show. And Mike said he was a plant. And right. And Rel said he had a show. You know what Rel said after that? But Kevin Hart had a show. So he said shit to trigger me. Okay. All right, fuck it. We wound up. What else you want to talk about?
Jordan, I want to say that Jordan, I don't know how much of this you caught up on, but what I was trying to explain is I think that 1501, even though it's not a quote unquote major label in today's market, you don't need all that to be, you know what I'm saying?
Juice, when he's late, he don't get the catch up shit. Like, he just got to get in here and adjust the shit. We're not going
Jordan
back.
got some, I want to know what Jordan,
No, we're not. No, Juice. We did that for an hour, Juice. We did that for an hour.
This is a good podcast.
Listen, an hour and a half. It's 9:30, bro. He still got shit going. He can't even. No. Okay. What else y'all want to talk about? Because I'm going to take this with next week. Yo, y'all see Oprah Fall, yo? Listen, that shit was all her bullshit and girl bullshit come together, bro.
They got one with the Kobe overlay.
With the Kobe, that shit's so ill.
Yo.
And crossed up.
I never want to talk about Oprah on this podcast, ever.
No, we got to talk about that. That shit was hilarious.
I'm cool with that.
We're not giving her no space, man.
Yeah, never.
I know one thing, though. I looked at the news today, bro, and just looking at the news. So, Chris Matthews, he got abruptly retired and shit off MSNBC because of the things that he was saying to women co-hosts or whatever. So I was looking at the shit that he was saying, and bro, man, shit really just be out of hand at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, a nigga saying you pretty. Look, I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it a bean. I'm gonna use your word, Neef. I think I'm finna go off and say some real fucked up shit. Hey, listen, if you don't want nobody to look at you, baby, don't wear no motherfucking makeup, okay? Don't wear that tight ass shirt. You know, just come to that bitch in the motherfucking pantsuit that's 2 times bigger than what the fuck you need to be wearing. Some of this shit that I be hearing, like, it wasn't the right nigga that complimented you. These women coming in voluptuous, titties hanging out and shit, thinking no one's gonna say nothing to you. You really think that nobody gonna say or think in their mind, hey, she's got a nice set of tits? I'm not saying that a nigga need to approach you and assault you, but some of the shit that I was hearing, like, you know, he looked over her and said, why haven't I fallen in love with you yet? That's what old fucking men say. They say shit like that. They looking. That nigga dick can't stay hard for fucking 30 seconds. Do you really think he's gonna be a problem for you? And he's gotta fucking retire because of some shit he fucking said? This shit is getting out of fucking hand, bro. Okay? So do me a favor, ladies. Put that tight shit up. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this?
Well, somebody stop him.
Why don't we do this?
Juice.
Hold on.
Why don't we do this?
No.
Why don't we do this? Put your fucking guard on.
No. I said no. Kevin Hart voice. No.
Blow the whistle.
Listen. And I say the old lady
wasn't the first person to say no. Cut it out, yo. It's fucking Homer, yo.
Can't open pickles and I get lit up. He just said stop wearing tight shit. And I get lit up about pickles and the old lady. Okay.
Listen, bro. Listen.
You're not licensed,
no.
bro. You don't have the same privilege.
I gotta say this.
No.
We live in a society that's over. I say things because I want to get a rise out of people, and hopefully people. And well, I really do feel that way. But hopefully people are listening and actually fucking, you know, see what's being said. Here's the thing: we live in an overly sexualized fucking community. What fucking idiot said, "Hey, I can just put on whatever the fuck I want to put on and I get no reaction"? We're sexual creatures, man. You got to know the nature. This is because we don't have motherfucking real men around. We ain't got motherfucking real women interacting with women the way they supposed to be able to say, hey, baby, don't do that. Hey, sugar, don't do that. You know you don't need to do that. Where Big Mama had to be like, hey, baby, you need to, you know, close your legs when you sit up. Like shit like that. We don't have that shit. You know, a man telling the man, hey, bro, look in the eye, shake his hand. That shit matters because now you getting shit like, hey, you can have your pussy hanging out. You better not look at her. Man, what the fuck? If her pussy hanging out, titties hanging out, what you think gonna happen, boo? Oh, but don't say nothing because, hey, well, why your pussy hanging out? You know, I'm just saying, like, look at all the shit that you see
just said
these motherfuckers be wearing.
Why your pussy hanging out?
I'm just saying, bro, why you pussy hanging out? Like, y'all see what I'm talking about.
He's not even looking
like, even the slut walk. What the fuck is that? Like, the slut walk is to say what? It's to say that you can tease a motherfucker all day. I'm not promoting.
This has been the juice episode.
I'm not promoting rape.
Coronavirus.
Rape is not what, because no, listen.
Coronavirus.
Listen. I gotta say this because I know that people are gonna say, well, what about
the coronavirus is crazy? Is in New York?
I know. I'm not promoting assault, rape. I'm not. Look, you should never hit a woman, touch a woman, force yourself on a woman. But what I'm saying is, now they don't want to be catcalled. None of that shit. I get that. It's all whatever. But goddamn, like, I'm just saying, what the fuck?
The last 10 minutes have been strictly Andrew Williams' views. His views do not have anything to do with this podcast. And he lighting up. Why you got that big ass lighter?
You can't lose no sponsors. Fuck them. Cook juice.
Hey, I feel like Andrew Dice play. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah.
Hey,
yo,
you got that. Oh.
That was funny.
Hey, yo, damn.
Just save me.
Oh yeah, bro. Hold on, because I'm tired of this shit, and I really feel like I'm singled out on this podcast because earlier in the podcast, right? I'm about to get somebody to see about this shit because this shit ain't going right over here. I need some type of HR situation, but in the last hour, you just mentioned Little Baby twice. And anytime I mention Little Baby, Terrell-Morel just has an issue with me and my relationship with Little Baby's music. So on this platform, I would like to take this time to address what, Terrell-Morel, is your issue with me and Little Baby?
My issue's with you. I don't have an issue with Lil Baby. The fact that the fact that you got there over here loving Lil Baby, we be like, yo, that motherfucking Roy shit was hard. But yo, did y'all hear Lil Baby shit? That's you right now, yo.
I on purposely didn't bring up Lil Baby album the whole week because I knew the backlash would be intense.
You dying to bring it up though. Like you listen to that shit on your way to work. You
I ain't
just save 5 or 6 songs. Neek got that shit set up on his algorithms. Cut it the fuck out, yo. Too old for that shit, yo.
Yo, listen.
You sat here on one hand and went straight ballistic about some Hov shit, and on the other hand, you talk about how much you love Lil Baby.
So I can't be versatile in my life?
No, that's fucking. Oh man.
Hey, I'm gonna give you your flowers.
Versatile.
Neek did talk about Lil Baby, and you talked about the Messiah. Like those two things that you talked about on this show were.
Oh, that's all I get?
That's all you get. No. You still trying to make us watch David McMahon. Hey, bro, David McMahon, the next wire. It's the next wire. Watch David McMahon.
Let me ask you this, bro. How many things on your list that you hit this week? How many of your goals did you reach?
I ain't gonna lie, David McMahon.
All of them.
You got more shit.
I do.
David McMahon with the lifetime wire, and I ain't even.
Bruh, nah, that shit was not.
Then we'll bless the God, and then we official.
Nah, I can't do that. I ain't gonna do that. Nope. That's only for private stuff. That ain't any podcast talk.
Let's talk Greek the Freak and
Freak the Freak.
the Greek Freak and James Harden. They going through the motions out there
on that shit.
Yeah,
what the fuck? Yeah, I'm home today. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, mute him. Just mute him for like 2 minutes.
It sounds like the basketball people ride with James Harden, though.
You think so?
Nah, I think it's
that's what the
50,
TV
50.
was saying.
Your game
50.
Your game has shown. Listen, the All-Star game. They said on the team Giannis, they was like, whoever James Harden sticking, get the ball and attack him.
And they was coming back. they started getting back where they ass when they started attacking.
Look like yo niggas is going to criticize your whole situation.
I think 50-50 is a fair way to look at it, Jordan.
I think it's like more than anything. I think is the reason I say it's 50-50 is because it's generational. So Giannis is younger. He like the second, he the second wave of that, like of the class of the All-Stars or the top guys in the league. Harden is, on the same level like Westbrook and all that. So it's like, there's that gap. But more than anything, I just think they, like with Giannis, you can't say that his game hasn't developed. If you watched him since when he was 19 or, no college basketball, from playing from Greece to here and what he is now, you can't say that he hasn't developed. And when what Harden said sounded like some hating stuff because he basically saying all he do is run and dunk.
He did
at 7 feet. And I'm like, have you ever seen a regular 7-footer at McDonald's?
Clapback can't be hate though.
No, it can't be hate. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it can't be.
Y'all just started it.
Right.
But hold on.
I think
Giannis took 2 shots first.
Hold on.
He ain't dumb. I'm not trying to hear that dumb.
No,
shit.
listen. When Shaq said that shit about Kobe, and then Kobe said what he said to Shaq though.
What he said he was fat and out of shape.
No, about the $5 million ring, and then Kobe said this was for my wife.
Oh yeah, that's petty. That was it.
And niggas ain't hold Shaq responsible for that shit.
I mean, but Kobe did throw that man to the bus though, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I never left the Lakers. I never became a Heat fan, or Suns, or Cavs.
Right.
Or
no, but what I'm saying is when that shit went down, and Shaq said, $5 million for a ring. And Kobe said, at least my wife. Kobe caught a lot of that. Niggas was grinding Kobe to fuck up because of that shit.
So Kobe do you think?
Hey, man, my man ain't here. I will not listen to any Kobe Bryant slander for as long.
No, I'm not slandering Kobe. I'm not slandering Kobe.
If it don't...
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is because situation, everybody's defending, saying, Giannis shouldn't, I'm just saying, like,
I think at context is a little bit given because just at the time, Kobe's aura took a little shine around that time, so niggas wasn't fucking with Kobe. They was like, "Oh, Kobe said that. Rest in peace, Kobe." But like, Giannis not about to plead dumb on this one, man. He said something twice, and stars don't really do that.
I don't think he pleading dumb.
I'm saying somebody else try to be like say something about translation or whatever. You don't gotta say nothing about the man. Don't say nothing
That
about
nigga
the
said
man.
what we
Everybody know
all
his
was
name.
thinking. We
Yeah,
all
I
know
think
that.
they asked him a question, and
He
what I like
said,
about
"I
him.
want somebody to pass, yo." That's not no shit you say.
Cool. We
No,
don't know that. Cool though.
but they don't. But it's cool. Truth be told, they like don't like each other in real life.
Okay,
That's
so
like
then,
the
but
thing.
he started it. So I'm
Yeah.
saying, if you say something, then you
I
say
see what
something
you're
slick
saying.
again.
Yeah,
James
I see what
Harden
you're
was just
saying.
saying, I don't want to be talking about this shit. If
Yeah.
I'm James Harden, I'm older and I don't give a shit. But I gotta
Right.
say
Then
something.
be the bigger man.
Nigga
Why
said
throw
something.
a shot back?
Yeah.
Cause he
I ain't
fucking
even look at it from
Right,
I ain't
because
look
that
at it
nigga
from that
petty
way.
too. That
Cause
nigga
he
petty.
He
right,
should
right,
He
exactly.
should say that shit. Man, listen.
Yeah.
When people say stuff on the soundbite, that shit immortalized. You gotta address that shit. So fuck it. You know what? Talk your shit. Hopefully it's gonna pump them up for the playoffs. Show them
But
that
all
you the
that's
best in
doing
the
it.
game right now.
That nigga.
I ain't even look at it from that way, cool. You right. I ain't even peep
Hey,
it from
Juice,
that
who the
way.
best player on your team, Juice?
James
Westbrook.
Harden the best in the game.
No, I said who?
Westbrook.
James Harden the best in the
I said
game.
who
I
the
said
best
what the
player on
fuck
your
I
team?
said.
Here he go with this homer shit. Get the fuck out of here. I'm about to leave Juice.
I'm riding with my nigga.
Yo.
I'm a ride with my nigga.
Westbrook the best player on the team, but Harden the best two guard in the league.
Westbrook is the best player on that team right now.
James Harden will go down as the fourth best two guard ever.
You got to move AI?
What?
AI went in as he went in as a point guard.
What are you talking about? I'm never
went
going
in
to
the Hall
call
of
Allen
Fame as a point
Iverson
guard.
a fucking point guard. I mean, a two guard. Never.
He went in the Hall of Fame as a point guard. I feel you though, Neef. He should have been a two.
Yeah, I don't consider him a two
Michael
guard.
Jeffrey Jordan, Kobe Bean Bryant, Dwayne Cornelius Wade, and then James Harden.
Who we not missing nobody?
I'm not rolling.
You ain't say Ray Allen.
I'm not saying Ray Allen. Ray Allen is not better than Dwayne.
I'm just throwing some names.
Okay,
No,
yeah, no.
I'm talking about James Harden. I ain't say Dwayne Wade.
Nah, Ray Allen not better
when
than James Harden.
When the Rockets win the championship, y'all more than welcome to come down here.
When? What year we can do that?
That's this summer, bro.
I didn't see.
You taking this shit too far, Juice. You taking this homer shit too far.
Hey, that's this summer, bro.
The champion. What championship? They playing spades.
Neef, you're good. You can come party. Come on.
Philly not going.
Oh, that's even here. No,
Don't say nothing about the Wizards. Don't say nothing about the Wizards. Don't say nothing about
53 had the bit of beer face.
Don't say nothing.
That nigga over 30 with braids. He need his ass whooped anyway. We got the best two guard in the league, and we lose every game. Where's he at? Bradley Beal. This nigga got braids going this way. I don't even talk to that nigga.
Where's John Wall at? Did he retire?
He tore his ACL and then tore his Achilles. I don't even know why he's working out.
John Wall has been out the league for 2.5 years.
What did he do? I was horseplaying with my kids. I slipped in the kitchen.
Yeah,
nigga,
he said
he's fuck up, nigga.
Nah, he was drunk probably.
Yo,
this nigga had an edible. He hanging out with the Raiders.
I can't believe Cowherd had it right about John Wall all this time. He like
Cowherd having right about a lot of people.
Anybody doing a Dougie like that, he ain't taking it serious enough.
I wouldn't say that. I mean,
you gotta say that. You gotta say that. You gotta say that. Exactly. Listen, bro.
They've been trying to give his contract away for on the dollar.
He was hurt. He been hurt.
Ain't nobody taking that contract, bro.
Right. You making that decision for them. I love him.
And Bradley Beal, the man, signed that extension. I don't even know why he signed that extension.
He dumb as shit.
That was bad.
Why would you not take the money?
All right, that's why you gonna score 53 and had a Braves and look.
He got 130 million. You can't walk away from that. You see what happened to Boogie? You never know.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah. He still got family. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, you said Boogie.
Freewell voice.
Should we say Isaiah Thomas? That's really one. God damn,
well,
that nigga ain't never been
Freewell is another one.
They didn't offer him, but Boston didn't offer him a contract at all.
Yeah, he wasn't going to live at all.
Hey,
but it's because he was hurt is the point. You right.
Yeah,
don't say no Houston. Juice, don't say no Houston shit, Juice. Go ahead.
Man, I already told you we're gonna win this championship, bro.
What, spades? What y'all playing, pity pat?
That's funny.
Speaking of Philly, man, I don't want to really just throw this in there, man, but what's up with your boy Dr. Umar Johnson, dog?
He homeless.
He from Philly, baby.
What?
He homeless.
What part of Philly he from?
Is he from Philly for real?
He homeless.
That nigga from Philly. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yo, cool. Every video he at the park. Cool.
He's
Is
feeding
he
them
on
pigeons.
drugs? Is he
On the
on
playground.
drugs?
I think he's homeless.
I'm not taking this. I'm not writing none of this shit down, bro. I don't care what you put on this fucking podcast.
He was born in North Central Philadelphia.
Ain't no North Central Philadelphia.
Or North Philly.
Yo.
What happened? He did some research.
Hey,
I think it wasn't raised there.
Neef, just check his videos and see what park he at to make sure he all right so you can take
Listen, you know how many parks it is in Philly?
You can't talk about the playground because he always on the monkey bars doing videos.
Why is he on the monkey bars? 45 years old in the monkey board with a box.
I don't know.
The CIA created feminism. The CIA created feminism. I'm like,
I said back then they didn't want me.
Hey, they are, hey, if you look up Dr. Umar Johnson homeless, it is some shit that pop up like on YouTube and shit. They saying he homeless begging for money.
For real?
Yo.
And they went from the Breakfast Club to the park.
Bro, every video he posts, he's outside. Not like I'm working out, getting healthy. Not like I'm working out.
His mama said, stop making all this noise in my mouth.
Y'all funny, yeah.
Y'all better take this shit. You better take this shit out my house. You know I'm watching my stories.
Mom, I'm doing a podcast. I don't give a fuck what you doing.
You know Victor. You know Victor about to come back now.
Take that shit out of here.
Hey, what y'all say? What y'all say in Philly with your nut ass? Tell that nigga what his nut ass.
Get your nut ass out the motherfucker house.
Get your nut ass out the house, nigga.
Nut ass nigga.
You'll say it to his mother.
Mommy, please.
Said it to his mother 3 times. I am doing a podcast, mother. A podcast.
Listen,
mother.
Victor,
a podcast.
And Victor's coming back this week, okay? And we all know who Victor is.
Get out.
Look at me and act like y'all know who Victor Newman is.
Victor Newman.
Oh, I know.
He's still on the soaps?
I guess.
Born North Central Philadelphia.
That nigga.
I guess they want you to know he at the heart of that motherfucker. They like, hey, goddamn, he in the motherfucking.
He ain't from the town, I tell you that.
Yo went and got a Beijing credit. I ain't even know you could do that.
Yo said a Beijing credit.
You know how many bottles he had to buy for that fucking box? And he got the darkest Beijing of this.
He was bald. He was bald on the Breakfast Club. He got a Beijing.
Yo, no, this we gotta address this LeBron James hair shit. Like this nigga hair then he got like a little. This shit be sticking up right here.
I will not be accepting any LeBron James slander either.
That shit look terrible, bro. Get a booty.
Yo, chill, yo. Come on, yo.
No, we can say that nigga need to get a haircut. Come on, bro. We can.
Listen. Your man is over 30. Your man is over 30 with a mohawk. Like he need to get his life together. And I don't know who cutting hair in Houston.
Juice. I will say this: your man Harden, these right here, they starting to go, but he keep getting it. He keep getting it tapered. He getting the cover 2. We call that the cover 2 defense.
The cover 2.
Yo, who's cutting Westbrook and his hair? These things is over 30. Westbrook had 2 plaits in the front of his. He looking like motherfucking Elliot and shit.
They do need to go to your barber, Juice. Like you need to hook your hands up.
You can do what you want when you got a full.
Hey, listen.
Head.
Somebody call Artie, yo. Hey, bro. Somebody call Artie Williams. Artie, this nigga, man.
Artie was the first on the
Hey, Jordan. Yeah. We had a barber at VA, right? This nigga was like 5'2", right? This nigga looked exactly like on my life. This nigga looked exactly like John Legend. I swear.
He did.
This nigga looked exactly like John Legend.
Ordinary people face ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Put this nigga behind a piano with a fucking 4 phone books.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Motherfucker named Jermaine Shoemaker.
This nigga named Jermaine. No, what? That explains a lot.
Ooh.
Umar. Like, why'd you go
that
from
Jermaine
to Jermaine Shoemaker?
His real name not. So Umar. Wait. So Umar is a pseudonym?
Right, but why'd you go to Johnson, which is probably the whitest name you could probably come up with?
I'm not gonna do this. All right, yo. The 21st and the 22nd anniversary of
let's get to it. Yeah, let's get to it.
Oh yeah.
Notorious B.I.G. passing away. It's coming out.
22.
22.
97,
oh
bro.
Shit. 23. You right
97, bro. You know what I'm saying?
23.
Where was you at? You know what I mean? I know where I was at.
Yeah. Ready to Die or Life After Death?
Both.
I gotta give me one.
Ready to Die.
You're not gonna make me pick.
I don't know, man. I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
he
I think
really
Life
can
After Death
pick.
changed my life, dog. Like Life After Death made me want to write.
Life After Death so good, bro.
I initially would have said Ready to Die in the moment, but Life After Death has stood the test of time for me.
Hey, man, but listen, I mean,
Give me one, Juice.
I can't really pick, bro.
Yeah, I
Cause,
can't
Give me one.
either.
Cause Ready to Die really changes
Right now,
up.
right now, you about to listen to Big. Right now, what you putting on?
Life After Death.
Ready to Die.
My man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Life After Death. If you asking that question, Neve, I'm gonna have to say Life After Death.
Is Life After Death the best double disc album ever, or you going Pac, you going who? What you doing?
Biggie Smalls.
Is that the best double disc ever?
Biggie Smalls.
Cool, bro.
I can roll with that. I can roll with that.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good.
I'm not even angry at the fact that I can't think of nothing else.
Right, I can't. Right.
What was that? What was that Pac album?
And I love Pac.
Is filled with pimps.
It was Ready to Die. I mean, I
love
not
Pac.
Ready.
It's Bone and Biggie.
All Eyes on Me.
All Eyes on Me was double disc.
Nigga, play a hater. Nigga, like stop playing. This nigga was singing. That's my shit.
I don't know a bad song on Ready to Die.
Skips,
one
everything.
or two. I don't know a bad one. I
I
only had no skips.
Can we talk about how when you listen to Life After Death, right? Mm-hmm. He was 23 at the time.
Yo, that be fucking me up. He was a kid.
Like what?
The dopeness of Big, the dopest thing about Big to me is how he could tell a story and in the middle of that story tell another story.
He was 23?
Yo, you listening, you're nobody till somebody kills you. That's not a 23-year-old. Like, I don't know how. Like, I don't know how he's 23, bro. Bruh, he's singing the hook.
When he break down Dark Skin Jermaine, though.
Bruh.
Yeah. Have you ever had to go that far into breaking somebody down? Like, it's so real life that you be like, yo, remember the boy who... No, you gotta tell him like...
That's a conversation.
What your man? Right.
I remember.
That was Umar.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
making a form of a fucking Hotep nigga.
That's probably the same. They around the same age. It might be the same nigga. Yeah, fun fact, right? I remember when Life After Death came out, and Cool was playing it for he's playing it for my uncle, his dad. And then you know the part when kicking the door, he was telling Uncle Didi, like, yo, why is they gonna shout out Howard? And he's like, well, Howard homecoming, my man Jerome.
I seen Big at Howard, man. Like
that's crazy.
I seen the freshman year. He was walking around with big yellow puffy coat, a bubble coat on. One of the North Face joints.
That's crazy.
Walking around him and Puff on the yard. Then I seen for that homecoming, I seen him and Method Man. They performed the what?
So he was dead serious. He wasn't bullshit.
He was out there. He was out there.
Homecoming.
He was like he said that after niggas seen him. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was, you know what I mean?
Me and Sean Combs taking broads home.
So I remember, like, you know, that shit dropped, and then he died, and it was right after that the CD came out, and we went on spring break that next year. We went to Atlanta. Me and Bert was in. DJ Bert, shout out to Bert, was in Atlanta bumping that Life After Death the whole time after that, man. That's just crazy.
Yo, real shit. That nigga made me want to rap. That nigga made me like, yo, I hearing him gave me an appreciation just for like. He was one of the first rappers to make me wonder, like, what was he thinking when he wrote that? Like, where was his like? That's what my curiosity. Like, you ever heard some shit? Like, I'll hear some dope shit and be like, what was he thinking? You know what I'm saying? And the bravery to say shit that he said to say. Of course, we go back to if Faith had twins, she probably had two Pacs. You know what I mean? She looked so good.
Two Pacs.
Right. And then she said
two Pacs.
But the twist was. On Drink Champ, she said at first she was pregnant with twins.
Then she had a miscarriage.
So that's even crazier.
So did she really fuck Pac?
Nah.
We don't know that.
She said she didn't.
She said
she didn't, but I'm gonna tell you how
she married Stevie J at this point. And they all did. She could really tell the truth.
I'm gonna tell you how.
I'm gonna tell you how.
I'm gonna tell you how.
I'm a black woman that's gonna tell you that. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
I'm gonna tell you how Corey Hogan said. Corey Hogan said, "Dick, pussy, shit happens." So you can't tell me she mad at Big. She all in the studio. Yeah, okay. You supposed to take that to your grave, though. I ain't mad at nobody.
I do want to say this about Big, though. I just want to speak on Ready to Die. I feel like on the East Coast at that time, we're talking. I feel is the golden era of hip hop to come in '94. You know what I'm saying? When he did, you know what I'm saying? At least on a major level. It was like 94, right? 93, 94?
95.
Yeah, West Coast,
94,
hold on.
95.
West Coast was killing
94.
everything. West Coast has on lock. You can't deny that.
Yeah, in a time during that era, he not only revived the East Coast. I feel like he really just came as a rapper to have a Rick Ross, to have people that's just like the max, you know, just the cool, relaxed melody shit. You know, I think a lot of times we don't give him credit just for that. We kind of just talk about what he did for the East Coast, because it really was I'm not gonna say a dramatic change, but possibly it was from the sample bass, you know what I'm saying, type of you know, production to just soul shit. So I just really think what he did overall, man, as I get older, I begin to really say, yeah, he's just etched in that upper echelon of a hip hop artist because of what he did. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta say that.
One thing I want to say is, go ahead, cool.
There was a show, I forget what it was called. I think it was on Netflix, but it talked a bit about just, you know, how big was, but like his flow and all of that stuff, and that cadence and that flow, and basically how he did things. You know, Gucci down to the socks, rings and Rocheville, like that cadence and that flow changed music a bit. The same way Rakim's cadence and flow changed music. The same way Nas's changed, you know, some things that from you know, the way it was. So the show broke it down real good, but like from an influence that them entendres and them words on top of words, and then mixed in with the storyline that made you visualize what he was saying. That's where I think he sits high, despite his small catalog. He gets dinged because he has such a small catalog.
And that's the crazy part. But I think what the biggest thing for me with Big is like he was way ahead of his time, man. Like way ahead of his time, and it didn't take long for us to realize it for what he meant to like hip hop overall. But to have like Cool said, man, this is a piggyback on that. Like to have such a profound, like leave such a profound fingerprint for years to come, like just off of 2 albums, bro. Like off of 2 albums, that's unheard of.
And the commercial success and still be barred up. And be barred up on the commercial joint. Like if you listen to the commercial joints, you'd be like, that nigga really rapping on them.
Truth be told, like Cool was saying about how smooth he was, he was against all of that at first. Like his Puff had to convince him, like, yo, I know you want to go, coming straight out of Brooklyn, like MOP style. He was rapping with them for a little bit at first. He wanted, he flipped it.
Fame out the project.
Yeah, he flipped it. Like, yo, you can do this. This is gonna sell all of that shit. Like, you're gonna fucking do Big Papa. Like the same way Pimp C hated fucking Big Pimpin'. Biggie hated Big Papa, and that shit is crazy still.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all favorite Big song. I'm gonna start.
Ooh, that one.
Yeah, when I die, fuck it, I want to go to hell. Cause I'm a piece of shit. It ain't hard to fucking tell. Don't make sense going to heaven with the goodies dressed in white. I like black Timbs and black hoodies. God'll probably have me on some real strict shit. So sleeping all day, getting my dick lit. Listen, that right there, that's favorite, man. Like, I gotta play that twice every time. I can't listen to that once. What y'all got?
I'm gonna say, and I got a tie, right? But I like it. It's fair. It's fair. I'm gonna say, give me the loot and everyday struggle.
Ooh.
Those are my shits, right?
Yo, everyday struggle.
You can't pick wrong, like
right.
Everyday struggle still.
I heard tech guy murder in a town I never heard of by some bitch in Alberta over nickel-plated burners. That was a dude over West Baltimore. His name was Alberta.
You told me that before.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Right.
Crazy.
My shit is
Ooh, Biggie, let me jack her. I kick her in the back. Hit her with the gat. Yo,
chill, shorty. Let me
get that. Right?
Yeah.
Right. You think that when you're young, you're like, oh, it's two people rapping. No.
It's big, right? Doing the Nicki Minaj shit.
Yeah. Way before Nicki.
Yo, it took me like a year to figure that shit. There was one nigga.
He said, chill, shorty. Let me do that.
I'm going to say my favorite Big song is You Nobody Till Somebody Kill You. Specifically for the verse when he's like, yo, I told them meet me in the future later. They take me shopping, buy me lavender and fuchsia gators. Introduce me to player haters and heavy waiters. Rich bitch shit. Drinking Cristal until they pissed
Till I pissed the shit.
At 23, I wasn't even thinking about wearing gators. What?
Yeah. Listen, man, it's so many. I don't even know. Like, I love Warning.
You know
what I'm saying? Like
we all said
like,
different shit. It could all be right. Like,
right.
Cool.
Like,
when that beat drop, cool. Whew.
Come on, yo. Like, and for me, it was one of them songs where, how the fuck do I know all these words real quick? Like, how do I know?
Right.
And like, if niggas say, who the fuck is this? Right now, nigga will finish the bar. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn, and now I'm yawning.
You at least gotta say, wipe the cold from my eye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, man.
And you just imagine that, right? You can
see it.
Yeah, you like,
you can see it. His words give you vision. Like, you can visually see.
Yeah. And shout out because Ross, I think, is a student of the game. Shout out for Ross, that Biggest Boss video. With that T.I., he woke up, he was shirtless out the bed Biggs in the Warning joint. He kind of was real slick with it.
Forgot all about
that mantle. Yeah, took that mantle of teddy bear and rap, tough, you know what I mean, but cuddly kind of thing, which is a fucking thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Hey, man, I'm going to say two songs, they're features, but he was featured, they involve features, but I feel like you could turn these motherfuckers on right now, production value, all that shit, that's gonna go hard. Two songs. Get Money with Junior Mafia.
Yes.
I also feel like Notorious Thugs, because with Notorious Thugs, when he get on there with Bone, he started doing the flow shit. Like, to me, when he did that shit, he really set that shit like, yo, nigga, this different. And it's like, whoa. And then like that Get Money, like the groove, you know what I'm saying? You want to sit more on my living room floor. You know what I'm saying? I like like, dog, his whole, like, come on, dog, for the time, the flow, nigga, that flow is
I listen to Notorious Thugs. I listen to his version so many times specifically to memorize what he was saying, bro. Like, I try to remember. I don't even do that no more. I try to remember every word he said.
That's what I said. Like, yo, that's a good one too, because Biggie was a futurist, man. He was a future thinker. The Brooklyn Mint clothing line. He was going to do the Commission super group. He was doing the Undead's label with that was going to be their joint. He also was unafraid to work with artists, not New York, and that was a changing of it. That was a difference in New York shit.
That Too Short feature.
I'm a Too Shorted out, and then I'm gonna fuck with these other niggas. Niggas fuck with Bone first of the month. That's not Cleveland. That wasn't Midwest. Niggas fuck with first of the month. Niggas fuck with Uncle Charles. But Biggie was the one that went from we doing this to I'm fucking with Bone, and then he set it off. If you go listen to the shit, Big set the shit off.
Off the rip.
Ain't too many.
Off the
rip. I'm not from Houston, but I rap a lot.
Right.
Get a lot.
Yo, and the twist too, like when you say that the imagine, I be thinking sometimes like imagine him on certain tracks with people. You know what I'm saying? That's out. That came out after him. Even with imagine Noriega and Cameron, because he was about to sign Noriega and Cameron to the Drink with Us.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? Like
my dream feature for Big was a Big and Pimp C track. I don't know, God, man, that shit would have been crazy. You put Big and Pimp C on a track talking that shit.
See, the one dream I had was supposed to happen. May said it was supposed to happen, and I got to involve Jadakiss, but More Money, More Problems was supposed to be Big, Mace, and Kiss. But when Big died, they changed it all up. More Money, More Problems was supposed to be on Mace album. And it's supposed to be Mace, Kiss, and Big. But when he passed, he said it on what's the drink with what's the name of them? Rap Radar, he said that.
Hey, before we get out of here, speaking of Jay Prince, not to be a homer, again. Have you read his book?
No.
No, I haven't.
I will.
I downloaded it through Audible, but
I would encourage us to just listen, audiobook it, listen to it. And it might answer some of those questions you had, Neef, about capability, respect, this, that, and the third.
I know. No. I know that. I'm very aware of that. I'm just saying in this new era, he hasn't really been hands-on with the artist. That's all I was saying. That was my only thing. We're not going Jay Prince. Jay Prince, you owe us a check, dog. We spent hours of change. Yeah.
I'm not. Hey, no, Mr. Jay Prince.
To extort Jay Prince.
Mr. Jay Prince, we not extorting you, sir. So if you hear this,
and I'm the nigga that live here, they gonna come.
Hey, the charm got in there. It was Neef. It was the bad boy.
Mr. Jay Prince, that gentleman lives in Pennsylvania.
In North Central Philadelphia.
North Central Philadelphia.
Hey, listen.
In the park with Umar.
Juice, I'm perfectly fine with you telling him that. I ain't nowhere near North Central Philadelphia. Listen. Pull up on the corner, right? Listen, pull up on any corner on Broad Street. Like, we're North Central Philadelphia. Like, yo, pull the fuck off if something happened here.
They get Dark Jermaine.
Right, Dark Skin
Jermaine.
What was his name?
Why Umar though? Like, why name yourself Umar? I still don't understand.
Why are you 45 years old with a box? I don't know.
Why you not practicing psychology? Like,
boy, that boy ain't got no license. He probably can't even drive a car.
No, he's got a license. He's licensed, bro. He's legitimately licensed. He's like on the books. He's legitimate. This is all like they did this to discredit him, and he checked out.
Oh, hey, yo, I'm disappointed. Cool, you want to talk about the coronavirus. We didn't even get to talk about. I'm gonna say this one thing about that shit, though. I'm gonna say this one thing though. I never had a job to stop everything and have everybody going to a meeting for some shit. All the jobs I worked, they stopped this the other day and was like, "We need to have a meeting."
I mean,
it's hard to try to introduce a new vaccine and without scaring you half to death. So fuck that shit.
Man, we be on here hey nigga, we got so much shit on here. We got so much shit on here. That's ridiculous. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I got something to say. I know we gotta go, but hey, I'm gonna say it like this. It is funny that China just did this $200 billion deal with the U.S. You know, they're on the upturn with their economy. This coronavirus pops off, seals off all that shit, and, they start seeing trouble. I don't know.
It's not funny.
Yeah,
they in the long game, man.
I don't think it's funny. I just think
it is funny how they did a coronavirus epidemic or whatever demic drill a year ago.
They playing
a drill a year ago, a coronavirus drill a year ago. Then they sat around and said, well, what will we do? Then they basically figured out that, well, we got to come up with a vaccine quickly in the drill, in the post-drill discussion. Johns Hopkins, all of them people. Ain't nobody talking shit. They what we do. You not finna scare me half to death. That's what you're not finna do. I'm going to wash my hands. Like, and I'm not saying it like, but I'm saying it like, yeah. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's some natural shit that I got. It's some natural shit that we all got in common from an immune system standpoint. All I'm saying.
Why are they making it seem like the flu don't kill more people?
Exactly. Or police officers don't. Or
right.
33,000 people, I think, die yearly from the flu. Is that right?
Easy. It's not even close.
They saying that.
They
saying that this shit's supposed to be like the Spanish flu and kill like 50 million people.
Who? What kind of people? What kind of people? The slave descendant people, or nah?
Not us.
Oh,
Not us.
okay.
Yeah.
Because if it was that easy,
we gonna get some Campbell's chicken noodle soup, some motherfucking Robitussin, and
we wash
and some ginger ale.
We also wash our fucking hands, bro.
Hey, on my mama, I beat the flu twice without medication, bro. Like 1 year I was scared. I was just like, damn, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh fuck, I don't give a fuck.
2020,
I never had
niggas
the
ain't
shot.
even catching the flu, bro.
I never had the shot either.
2020, we ain't even catching the flu. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
I never had the shot.
Fear raises your cortisol level. Cortisol levels induces stress. That's a fact. Stress is added sugar.
Dr. Sebi said that shit.
The induced stress lowers your immune system. That's all fact. Nobody gonna sit here and be fearful of the shit. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna be mad if somebody sneezes and not cover their fucking mouth the way you did a year ago. What's wrong with you?
Black people. That's black people shit regardless.
Come on, yo.
Hey,
we teach that shit right after motherfucking goddamn potty training. Cover your motherfucking mouth.
Does fucking reduce the stress? Like getting some pussy, does that reduce stress? Getting some pussy, does that reduce stress?
Fact.
All right, because I'm gonna go get me some right after the show. Sure.
It depends.
All right.
This nigga.
You said it depends.
Definitely gonna do that.
Hold on. This is the first time in weeks when you had that moment. And you know what, Jordan? You always get Mike started on this shit too. Jordan always get Mike started on this shit.
No. I ain't gonna leave him alone.
All right, well, listen. This list is lowest. All right, bro. All right, listen. I bet y'all. This is Brothers Talking Shit episode. Why are you laughing?
What episode is it? Because don't get it wrong.
Okay. I fucked up one time, yo. Can't us fuck up, yo.
Yeah, what's episode this week?
He said 83.
What you mean, 83?
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
You'll
look at my paper, though.
I don't know, yo. I think we're 84, but I could be wrong.
No, you're wrong. It was 82 that John Taylor, remember? And then we talked. Right.
Oh, don't catch that Wilder? Okay, yeah.
You don't catch that Wilder. I don't know what your naming is. I don't know what you're putting up there. You got it, yo. Ball's in your court. Brothers Talking Shit.
It's the bar tomorrow day for that, but all right.
All right,
yo, listen.
Love y'all.
Hold on, I got people like, when we late, what the fuck is the episode?
I told you I just had the whole thing, yo. I got shit going on. I got a major, I can't.
Why are you still recording?
I'm not even gonna say that.